Happy Feature
Podcast.
NBA four-pointer. We're talking about a 4-point shot. 4 points. Imagine yourself pulling up from the top of the key, damn near half court near the logo, for 4 points. You're here with Cosmo, aka Cosmosis, on the Happy Future Podcast. Today we're discussing NBA four-pointers. Yes, we're doing this. We need to do this. You know, it's a pandemic. You know, we got to switch things up. You know, we can't just have a 3-point shot. We got to have one more extra point to make this interesting. So let's get into this. So we have an NBA four-pointer. Let's talk about this. You know, how can we do this? We got to create, another line. We got to extend the former college line and make it into an additional line, or do we got to use hotspots? You know, that's what they do in the Big Three. They're using hotspots. You can basically have 1 foot, or I guess a toe, or the heel of your foot on the hotspot. You pull up, you take the shot. If you make it, 4 points. Now we got to think about this in the Big Three. Like if you get fouled on the 4-point shot, are you taking 4 free throws, or you're going to take 1 free throw? 2 free throws. I mean, you could take, 1 free throw for 4 points. I mean, that's something you got to consider. But of course, the elephant in the room is, how do you design players to take 4-point shots? And I mean, hotspots would probably make more sense out of everything. I mean, you don't have to redesign the court. You just slap some sticker on the court, and you call it a day. I guess you have 3 hot spots, 1 at the top of the key and on the left and right side of the court. We got to think about who would benefit from a 4-point shot. Steph Curry. Some of the long range shooters of today, they would certainly benefit from a 4-point shot. It would hurt. I would think it would hurt some marginal players. Maybe a DeMar DeRozan who, doesn't like to shoot threes. But aside from, having that shot, which will change the dynamics of the game, you have to think about the rules. If someone has all this space now because of a 4-point shot, do you allow the defense, to a more tighter defense? Do you allow hand checking back in the game? How are the rules going to be? Is it going to be more stricter rules or more looser? You would think there'll be more looser rules. There's more space on the court. They'll let some things go. Everyone's spread out. I guess that's what they wanted in anyway with the newer game today. They want people to be more offensive minded. And they want to create a more fluent offense where people can take shots uninhibited. So, hence a 4-point shot. But at the same time, are they going to change other rules? Are they going to get rid of the, defensive 3-second rule? That would be great. To get rid of that rule, people can, stay in the paint all they want. There's things to consider with a 4-point shot. What about shot clock? The shot clock stays the same. How does it change the offense? You would expect, people to be up in arms about a 4-point shot. A lot of people are going to be like, especially fans, we don't need this shot. We don't need it. Some's going to probably want it. If the NBA is, not pulling in fans as much as they used to, they're going to need a 4-point shot to get people interested, to keep them interested. But what would an average fan say to a 4-point shot? Let's just think about this. They would say, maybe we should add a 4-point shot. It will space the floor. it will allow my team to catch up. A lot of fans, they got, they're losing teams, losing franchises. Anything will help. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of backlash from having a 4-point shot. It changes the dynamic of the game. It could make it more exciting. If you ever seen the Big Three League, when they take those 4-point shots, they have a different scoring system. But that extra 4-point shot will allow teams to catch up, especially when they're down. But it could be, it could hurt a lot of teams. Steph Curry, he's long range. He's taking them. LeBron can do it too. So some players will have a significant advantage. They can win a game on a 4-point shot. That's a big. You hit a 4-point shot. Okay, that also, what if he gets fouled on the 4-point shot, LeBron? Let's say LeBron gets fouled on a 4-point shot. He gets one free throw, right? One free throw, we would hope. Let's say he gets fouled, but he doesn't make the shot. How many free throws? We got to get back to this. How many free throws does he get? I mean, is it 2 free throws? Is it maybe 1 free throw in the ball back? Or is it maybe 2 free throws in the ball? I mean, time's going to be a factor. Each game has a certain allotted amount of time. They have time slots because of, they work with different media outlets. And, people have their hands in the cookie jar. You can't just take all day, taking 4 single shots. So I'm guessing that's something that would have to be taken into consideration. How many shots? And I guess I would say 1 shot, similar to a la the Big Three. 1 shot for 3 points. And then maybe you get the ball. That's probably... Or maybe 1 shot for 2 points and then you get the ball. I don't know. That's something that would have to be considered. You would also have to consider fouls. This really opens up the floor. And people might be forced to foul more often. If you have to hold someone near the 4-point line, or they're spacing out the floor and people are at the 4-point line, they can make the shot. You're going to have to run out there. You're going to have to run around. Somebody's going to go right past you. And you might have to grab them. So does that increase the likelihood of you fouling if somebody blows by you? And the ball movement, we can guess, we can take a gander that the ball movement will increase. There will be, I would say, slightly an increase, 50% more ball movement. You're spacing out the floor, but at the same time, will this hurt people's field goal percentage? How many great shooters are there out there now that can hit from that range? And I would say there is going to be a significantly lower percentage of people hitting those shots, and probably a lower percentage of people taking those shots. So that brings me to the next query. Is it okay? Is it fine to have this? If it's not going to hurt people's percentage too much, few people will shoot it. I mean, is it going to be gaudy, those stickers on the floor? Are they going to look bad? I mean, they could put, some advertising in those stickers. Put some advertising in there. Throw some slogans, whatever you want. I mean, that's doable. But, I mean, maybe they can make them mesh with the floor. Have like a 4, skinny 4 with just a circle with no paint in the middle. I mean, there's a lot of artistic, graphical considerations you have to worry about. But still, we're talking about a 4-point shot. 4 points. 4 points. No, I mean, you don't even say and 1 anymore. I mean, what would you say? And 2, and 3, and 4? I don't know. But I'm just saying, we're talking about a 4-point shot. That would change everything. It makes you rethink even the sport. Will people still like basketball? Will they still want to watch the NBA if we have a 4-point shot? Will they give this proverbial 4-point shot a shot? We don't know. Would you give them a shot? NBA 4-point shot. Good or bad? What do you think? You're having fun? Ha 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 ha. Happy Future Podcast.